This is Aaron Smith. It's Undefeated. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, however you are, wherever you are. That's how I always start my shows. So, testing this new mic. I hope you can hear me. And I'm just gonna, I got some time off the top of my head. As you can see, I'm home, as I always am, recording. It's been an interesting weekend. I just want to shoot the shit with you guys like I usually do. Quite frankly, I'm exhausted. I've kind of just gone on a whim and a prayer here. Really don't know what to really say, but is that thank God I'm here. Thank God my family's here. I just take it one day at a time. I'm not perfect. No one is. And we're just gonna just take it moment to moment, minute to minute, hour to hour, day to day. I think that's what we should all do. You know, learn to enjoy those little moments. And I got my earphones on because, quite honestly, I'm tired of these airplanes. Like I said in the first episode, I live literally 28 minutes from JFK, and it's fucking annoying, especially when you have a 19-month-old who's trying to sleep. And it's not every day, but the last couple of days they've been like on some like bullshit. And like, I don't know what the thing is about flying too close or flying too low, but like, it's very annoying. But we do what we can, and we know how what it is. We've been here a couple months now. We're still trying to figure it out. Put the waves on for her, the TV, put some fan on, because it's like random during the day. I know this flight's 24/7, but it's mostly like very early in the morning or very late at night, from what I've seen and what I've noticed when it comes to these planes. And when it goes one now, like, where the frick are you going? Uh, Speaking of going, uh, looking forward to getting away for a few days, the family, and just hang out with my grandmother, maybe go to Atlantic City. That's the plan. Things change. Um, to be honest with you, even if we're just in a hotel room doing diddly squat, I'm fine with that because I love I love being home. I enjoy being home, but sometimes you just got to get out and get away. And realistically, it's just be nice. I know we got a cat, and he'll be all right. Give him some food, some water, and he'll be all right for a few days till we get back. He's pretty self-sufficient. But all right. So now that we've gotten that, and let's move on. So I guess we could talk a little bit about what's going on in the news. Uh, as you know, this is just my 2 cents. You take it or leave it. This is what this show is about. Um, I guess we could start off with what's going on with Sean Combs, aka Diddy, aka Puff Daddy, aka Love, whatever he wants to call him, Brother Love, whatever the freak you want to call him. Uh, Only Brother Love I knew was back in the 80s, WWF, which is now WWE. I remember that guy. He was like a, over the top, zealous, like evangelical like preacher. And he had a red face, he had a white suit, a red shirt, white tie. Yeah, I love you. Like that, you know. But anyway, I'm showing my age here. Uh, but anyway, uh, for those who don't know or don't care to know or just whatever, uh, he was arrested and he is now in federal custody on multiple charges of from like rape to like extortion and corruption, a whole bunch of shit, like federal charges. And let me just pull it up briefly here. Give me one moment. Um, it's crazy. I mean, realistically, it's like you knew it was coming, you just didn't see it. And I think that's how he sees it. And I mean, these are alleged charges. We don't know. You're guilty until you're proven innocent, obviously. However, you know, doesn't look good for him. All right. So, according to NBC News, Combs was arrested amid a wave of lawsuits against him alleging sexual assault and misconduct. And it says basically what to know about his arrest. Yeah, music mogul Sean Diddy Combs was arrested last night at a hotel in New York City. I believe this was yesterday. Um, let's see, yeah, the 17th. As I am recording on a Wednesday, September 18th, right now. I always pre-record, you guys know that, and I premiere it live on Fridays at midnight. Every night on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, The Aaron Smith on YouTube. You can also check out my Instagram, also The Aaron Smith, and IX, or formerly known as Twitter, is also The Aaron Smith. So subscribe, like, follow, comment. Um, I'm always good for negative or positive. Not everybody's gonna like what I have to say, and they don't have to. That's what makes this country great, or at least it used to, because we're so offended by every little thing. But like I said, like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, The Aaron Smith, Instagram, The Aaron Smith, and X, The Aaron Smith. They're all the same handle. So, okay, so he was arrested on the 17th, and that was yesterday, at a hotel, and he's been charged with racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Ooh. That's heavy. And at a hearing, he was scheduled in Manhattan here in New York City. He pleaded not guilty. He was denied bail, and he will remain in custody. Okay, that's big because if he was if he's still in jail, then that's not looking good for him. Obviously, it's probably they have a lot on him, and he's going to have a hard time pleading his case and his innocence and all that. So it also says these charges were tied to freak-offs, coerced sex acts that Combs allegedly orchestrated and recorded, according to a federal indictment. A bail appeal hearing has been set for tomorrow afternoon. I'm guessing that's today. Um, he's also been, they said, like I said earlier, like I said earlier, excuse me, he was faced with a wave of lawsuits, one as recent as last week, accusing him of sexual assault and misconduct. In the past year, he has denied any wrongdoing. Okay, so everybody knows who he is. Everybody knows what he allegedly does. So I'm just going to say it like this. He's guilty until proven innocent. My say is that, I mean, you never know a person until the truth comes out. And that's with anybody. That's with you, I, or Diddy, or anyone. And realistically, like I said, it don't look good for bro. And uh, he's going to need all the peace, prayers, and positive energy he gonna need. But if he's wrong, he's wrong. And if he did those things, then he has to be held accountable for his actions. And this is not um, like a lot of people, you know, what they like to do is make it about race or make it about, oh, they trying to get him because he's black. And okay, yes, we know that the justice system hasn't been fair to black and brown people. We all know this. However, you got to be held accountable, whoever you are, whether you're black, white, male, female, whatever. So I'm going to hold out on judgment, and I'm going to hold out on that until the you know the facts come out, and I'm sure Mr. Combs is going to have a trial and a hearing, more hearings. And he's trying to get on bail, obviously. And even if he does, he's going to have to give him his passport. He can't flee the country. I don't think he would be that stupid. Um, he's probably going to be on house arrest, more than likely. And, you know, it's just, yeah, I can recall as early as I'm 41 now. So 97, 98, when all that stuff was going on, that East Coast, West Coast thing, when it was him and Biggie on Bad Boy out here in the city, and Tupac and Death Row Records out there in LA, and all that stuff was going on. And I mean, even with all these alleged parties, like you hear about this online all the time, about these alleged parties and all of Iggy, all these things but apparently it's on tape, and it's about those tapes, and it'll come out to the public, and these things will get out there. So, like I said, I mean, he's been tied to a lot of things, and he's been accused of a lot of things. So, it seems like we just gonna have to just wait and see. But if they got a concrete case against him, it's gonna be very hard to, defend that and, you know, continue to fight for his freedom, if you will. So there's a lot going on with that, and I'm gonna follow up with that and later broadcast, and maybe I will get some more information on that, and hopefully, you know, we'll get what they're telling us, because they're probably not doing that because they want to probably want to be absolutely sure. They don't probably want to leak anything. They want to make sure their I's are crossed and their T's are dotted. I'm sorry, their I's are dotted and T's are crossed. Excuse me, got it mixed up there. Sorry, and go from there. Um, but yeah, what else is going on? You got that. Uh, Trump got shot at again. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is the second time in like a month, 2 months. When did that first one happen? Like over a little over a month ago, like 6 weeks, something like that. But we're in trouble when it comes to that, because it seems, regardless of the election, there's going to be some consequences towards it, whether Kamala Harris wins or Donald Trump wins. And I really think that it's more so if Trump loses, that his people ain't going to take that lightly. This is the second attempt on his life. That man was 500 feet away from him in his golf course, I believe, in Florida. He was in Florida. And luckily they caught him, because God knows what will happen, you know. But so we're going to get into that too. So let's see. According to, we're going to do Fox News this time. I try to see both sides of the ball, if you will. I'm not really a big fan of them, but I'm just going to read from them quickly. So it basically says Trump's assassination plot exposes Ryan Roof. Ryan Roof is the gentleman who attempted to assassinate former President Donald Trump. And bomb bust, they say, barricade with a legal gun in professional demise. So it says retired Greensboro officer Eric Raschke, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, forgive me if I am, described Trump assassination attempt suspect Ryan Roof as having an above the law mentality. This is again from Greensboro, North Carolina. Ryan Roof, the man is named as a suspect in what authorities believe was an assassination attempt against former President Trump on Sunday, deteriorated from a successful roofer to a man who thought the IRS was sending the cops after him, according to a retired officer who had more than 100 interactions with Roof. Roof's arrest record in Guilford, North Carolina, I'm guessing that's where he's from, spans between the 1980s and 2010. That's over 40 years. Whoa, 30, 40 years. And his charges range from writing multiple bad checks to felony, firearm possession of a stolen vehicle, multiple counts of possession of a weapon, and mass destruction. Wow. 2002, that was then specifically a binary explosive with a 10-inch detonation cord and a blasting cat. He then goes on and says Roof's attitude was that he was above everybody and that he could do what he wanted. Sounds familiar? Trump has been accused of that. He could do what he wanted. Eric Raschke, a retired Greensboro Police Department officer and Air Force veteran. That's who Mr. Raschke is. He told Fox News Digital it didn't matter. He was pretty entitled. He ran his mouth quite a bit, and he could get off on how he owned a successful business and that nobody could do anything to him. He knew everybody in Greensboro. So this sounds like, to me, that this guy was like Trump. He basically had his entitled attitude. He also felt that he could do what he felt like he wanted to do. He also felt like he could get away with what he wanted to do. And as most of us like to say, he effed around and found out. And regardless of who you are, eventually you will be held accountable for the most part. Sometimes a lot of people get away with this stuff. I'm glad this guy didn't. Uh, and I've said it, or I said before, I'm not a fan of Trump. I never have been. And this is not having to do with the media. This having to do with um, what they say out there about him. This is just me. You know, I'm good. Uh, Ever since like the 90s, even the 80s, I never really was a big fan of his. I found him entertaining. I tell my wife all the time, he shouldn't be in politics. He should be a stand-up comic. He'd be hilarious. And a lot of people took offense to that. And I'm saying, well, he is funny. He has a different sense of humor. And, sometimes people just take that too personally. And it seems like, get over yourselves. Sometimes I tell people, just get over yourself. Even I tell myself to get over it because, not everybody's going to agree with me either anyway. But I'm going to say what I say anyway. I mean, isn't that what freedom of speech is all about? Isn't that how this country was defined? To speak your mind the way you want to speak it. Most people don't think so, but people do it anyway. I'm gonna do it anyway. So, whatever. But however, let's get back into the article about Mr. Roof. I know he's in custody. So basically, this goes on to say he'd be in his trucks, riding around his trucks, and he lived in his patrol zone. So it would be uncommon, they said, that he would be cited many times a week and was brazen about it. So basically, he had this "I'm gonna do what I want" attitude, like they already stated. So, but um, Trump obviously was like, "I'm okay and I'm fine," and never surrender in his own attitude. I mean, if he's a smart man, because I know he's not going to drop out of the race. I know he's not going to quit or get it and leave and all that. But he needs to run a tighter ship. He needs to run a smarter campaign. He needs to know who's around him. He needs to be smart about this, because he's made a lot of enemies. And he needs to be very careful when it comes to that. And that's just like, just being an outside opinion. Forget the politics, forget I don't like you, you don't like me, all that. Forget all that. All I'm saying is that the man needs to be more careful. And on the other side, with Vice President Kamala Harris, you know, being is that, they contacted him, President Biden contacted him, saying he was all right, he was okay, and that's the right thing to do. And a lot of people can say, oh, they were in on it and all this other crap. And, you know, listen, people are going to do what they want to do regardless. So if that man woke up that day and decided he wanted to take this man's life, there was no entity involved. There was nobody involved. It was him and him alone. And you can agree to disagree if you want to. That man did what he wanted to do, and he decided that he was going to do it that day. And God forbid that this happens again. And I'm glad that he didn't succeed, because it made it a lot worse. Because the problem is that people don't seem to understand that. Well, most people don't seem to understand. And I'm just going to wrap it up because I hear my lovely daughter has woken up. Um, you have to get understand, and I repeat myself sometimes. Excuse me. That people take things very personally, especially politics. And the thing is that no one knows when a person is going to do something exceedingly stupid to the point where it's going to risk not only lives but their own. And people don't think, and they use with their and they work with their emotions, and you know. And this guy was obviously angry at him, at Trump. So, like, it's gonna be a wild election, and we not even like we're like not even halfway there. We're almost there. We're up there. We got like 45 days. Let's see, it's the 18th, October 18th. So we got like a little over a month. So you know, you know, a lot of people need to just think before they do things. And if you're going to do it, then you hold up to it, and you keep yourself accountable for it. Don't no more cop outs. No, oh, the devil made me do it, or oh, God didn't listen to me on it. I hear that a lot. Sometimes it does. I do it to myself too. And I said, you're a grown ass man. You're a grown ass woman. You were given free will, and you got to help for your accountable for your own actions. Like straight up. So yeah, straight up. Like I said, it's been a wild weekend. I'm just looking forward to getting out of here for a bit and enjoying my time with my family, and even if it's just to go outside for a walk, I'm really looking forward to just getting away for a bit. But either way, I'm good, bro. Like, just enjoy it and have a good time. So this is going to conclude the first part of the second episode of Aaron Smith is Undefeated. And I will see you next time. So until then, you can check me out. Like I said, again, subscribe to the channel, The Aaron Smith on YouTube. Like, comment, share, follow, and we'll go ahead and check you out and do this another time. So for now, this is Aaron Smith, and I'm out.